Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing the Soldier L by Buffalo Bags. This is the newest bag in the Buffalo lineup. Let's go ahead and break this bag down. We'll start with the slow side. This is a hybrid material. It's the same slow side you find on the Buffalo Shadow, same slow side of the Killshot Wolverines, the NFQ Slang, the Brotherhood Guardian. It's a 5C material, but it's placed a little more on the slower 5. This is where a scale of 1 to 10 is really tough because it's hard to really break down and differentiate these mid-speed bags. So it's a touch slower, and to me, now as brand new, it plays quicker, but as it breaks, it slows down. Once it's broken, to me, it plays just a touch slower than that Viper R or that Clone Carpet. It's really more of a slower 5, almost a 4.5, but not quite that slow. But still, for the control you have and with this bag, it's still very hole friendly. It's one reason why I like it. A lot of people I think like it is because you have a ton of control. You can really make the bag do what you want, put the bag where you want. But yet it's not hanging on a hole like a slower carpet bag would. So 5 speed on the slow side. Fast side, this is that same fast side you find on the Buffalo Conflict X and the Savior. It's also the same fast side on the Game Changer Surefire. It's like a 8.5 speed. I call it 8.5. It's fast. It's great for pushing, collecting, cleaning up messes, slides up board any conditions. So look about a 5, 8, 8.5 speed bag on this. Both materials play really well in humidity. So if you live in an area where humidity is an issue, this is a great bag. This slow side really plays pretty consistent through all playing conditions. It stays pretty much around that 5 through all weather conditions, board conditions, which makes it great because you can keep that consistent throw and not have to change bags throughout a tournament or throughout a day if you're playing with it. Template-wise, this is that medium template, same template you find on if you bought Buffalo bags recently over the last year or so. It's that same standard medium template Buffalo uses. The fill in here, I'm going to call it a medium amount of fill, but it's on the thinner side of medium. It's getting close to floppy. It's not, and that's because this is the L version. Now, just like the Savior and Savior L, the Soldier L, the L this is a lighter version of the regular Soldier, but it's ever so slight. Like it's a very minuscule amount. It's not that noticeable in the weight-wise, but the bigger difference is the fill and the fill ratio. And so the fill in here, you get a little less fill, thinner bag, more flop to it. So if you like a floppier bag, you want to get the L version of this bag. If you don't like a floppy bag, a little more fullness to it, go with the regular Soldier. Yeah, the difference I said in the fill is the ratio. So the Soldier L is a 70% flat disc, which is a standard fill Buffalo uses, 30% of a bead. The regular Soldier is 80-20. So 70-30 for the L, 80-20 for the regular. Same with the Savior L. That's the mixture ratio. It's kind of what Buffalo's using. The L is designating that 70-30 mix, and the non-L is the 80-20 so far on both those bags that they've used. So it's kind of a good way to keep track of that. I like a little more of a bead fill, more of a mixed fill. That's one reason why I went with the L. I also like a little more flop on my bags, so that's another reason why I went with the L. I do think the flop really helps this bag as far as taking some of that kick out and getting the bag a little bit more forgiveness. This material, because it does have so much control on it, it will kick on you. If you don't throw a flat bag, it's going to kick. But with the flop that you get here, with what's in my slop, you take some of that kick out, so it's not as punishing. It's not going to punish you if you don't throw the flattest of bag. So it's a bag that you can get away with without being perfectly flat. Now, if you do have quite a bit of tilt to it, as long as you're consistent with that tilt, you can play it. You can adjust your aim. The bag will play pretty consistent with that. These bags are also ACL Pro Stamp for 2024, so if ACL events, these are valid for that. Let's go ahead and jump in, and we'll talk about playability on these Soldiers, and I'll kind of explain the difference between these and the Saviors and what type of player wants to choose which bags. And for me, this is a bag it's a versatile bag. It's you got that hybrid material. You can play a hybrid style game. If you want to go run bags in the hole, you can do that. Especially if you're playing on faster boards. Like I said, this material is a little bit slower, a little more controllable. So on faster boards, it doesn't really get out of hand like some other materials will. But to me, this is more of a bag where if I want to play a little bit more of a dirtier style game, not necessarily a full-fledged dirty blockers all the time, creating all kinds of congestion, but if I want to play somewhat clean but more blockers, if I just want to play run bags in the hole with an occasional blocker here or there, I think the Savior is a better option for that because that herringbone material on the slow side is just a hair bit faster, plays a little quicker, easier for just running bags in the hole. But if I want to play more of a, I'm throwing more blockers here or there, I'm throwing a bag in, throwing a blocker, getting around it, cleaning up, something like that, and just play a little bit dirtier style game. Or if I'm playing against an opponent who's playing a really dirty style game and I want a bag where I can really cut and roll and flop a little easier, I think that's where I want this Soldier, because that's where this material, to me, this material, easier for cutting, it's easier for rolling, easier for flopping. It's just, you get so much more control with this because of the slower material, the more grip it has to it. It just bites that board, grabs that board better, and it allows you to really manipulate it and shape those shots better. And so that's where I would want to choose the Soldier over the Savior, is if I want to play that dirty style game, that shot shaping game. Not saying you can't do the Savior, and I talked about it, you can. It's just that's the fine tune. Also, if you're a harder thrower, if you throw a little harder and you want a bag that's a touch slower, but you still like the hybrid materials, I think the Soldier is a better option for that as well. If you play on faster boards, that's where I'm going with. So those are kind of the areas where I think you would choose from. It's also a personal preference, right? Some people like this material is a little softer. It's a thinner material, a little softer. Like I said, gives the bag more flop. That Savior L is floppy. I do think this slow side on this hybrid slow side is a little looser, a little more pliable than herringbone carpets. You're gonna get a little more flop to this than you would on that Savior. But all in all, I love the way both bags play. If I went to a blind draw and you pulled out a set of Saviors or a set of Soldiers, either the L's or regular, I would have no problem. I love the way this bag plays. I love the control. It's a fun bag to throw. And it really fits my style of game as far as, throwing blockers up there and then working cut. And you can cut right to left, left to right around this. The fast side's plenty fast enough for pushing through and taking bags in. And if you've got multiple bags up there, you can push them, no problem. I didn't have problems with bags bunching or clogging up in the hole. There's enough flop here. Now, I don't know if you went with the regular Soldier being a little fuller. I don't know if that would be an issue. I don't think it would, but the flop you have with this L, these bags really do kind of fold up as they get in the hole and just drip in. They don't clog, and I never had that issue at all. The other thing is the collectability. These bags are still very collectible. Even though they got flop to them, I didn't have a problem with collecting them because there's enough fullness here. You're clipping a corner, you're taking it in, especially when you're going slick side. So that means you can put your blocker more over on your opponent's side. You don't have to go right in the middle. You can get a little more on their side, make it harder for them to get around, and then you can just take your bag, last bag you want to, or whenever you want to, and come right in the middle and clip it and take it in. And if you have to go after it because you missed it, you can throw a cut, come across the board, grab it, and pull the bags back in. So you've got a lot of options for reaching bags and pulling them in. This was a bag to me that anything that was short of the hole, I felt like I could collect. Whether it was on my side, across the board, whatever, I was going to go after it for the most part. If it was somewhere close to being collectible, I was going to go after it. And I felt like I had success grabbing a lot of those bags. So it really makes it fun to throw a dirtier style game when have the confidence knowing that if you miss, you can still go get that bag and bring it back in the hole. So I love the Soldier L. This material here is one of my favorite materials. I really just love the feel of it. At least me no availability. And Buffalo has a website, buffaloboards.com. You can go there. There'll be a link down in the description to pick yourself up a set. Now, as of the recording of this video, and I'm sure as they upload this, these Soldiers and Soldier Ls have not yet officially been released. I'm assuming they're going to be soon. I don't know the exact date on that. But if you're looking to get a set, reach out to one of their reps. Their reps typically get the bags earlier than they actually go live, so you can pick up a set before they go live on the website. I don't know if the reps have the Soldier Ls in hand yet, but if they don't, you can at least get with them, let them know you're interested. So they do, when they can get a set, they can go ahead and get you on the list and order a set for you. If you don't know who the Buffalo rep is or you don't have one, shoot me an email, MikesCornholeBags@gmail.com. I'll get you in touch with one of their reps. Definitely get you on the list so you can get a set of these to try out. I also mentioned that Buffalo reps have different designs, colorways than what you see on the website. So sometimes if you don't see something on the website you like, reach out to one of the reps. They may have a design. Sometimes they have rep-only designs that you can't find anywhere else. They may have something that you're looking for. As well as Buffalo does do custom. So if you just don't like the designs, grab a custom set. I will say on the design of this, I'll kind of make a note here that this was a prototype set. So this was not the official design, which is why there's a marker L here, not an official L on these bags. Although I do love this Buffalo logo. This is probably my favorite logo. Buffalo's really changed their logo. I mean, I think this was one of the older logos they had, one of the original logos they had, and then they've gone to this and a little bit more of a artistic side view of the Buffalo. I really like the logos and the designs that Buffalo's putting out. They're doing a great job. Whoever's designed the bags from, doing a phenomenal job. I love the look of their bags. So definitely check them out, buffaloboards.com. Grab yourself a set. If you have a set, if you've thrown them, or when you get a set and you get just thrown, let me know. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on what you like, what you don't like. Always love hearing your guys' feedback. I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.